My poor Uber driver. He was of a conservative background, and the way he was looking in the mirror, bless him, he didn't look over the shoulder, bless.
I feel like they think they're going to catch something,
Yeah.
like it's contagious. Like you'll sneeze and they'll just become lamb.
3, 2, 1. Hi!
I'm Kitty.
And I'm Deb.
And you're watching
My Best Friend's Gay.
with Kitty.
And the D. What a week.
What a week.
I think before we get into everything,
Yes.
there is something I need to address.
Go on.
There's been many rumours, gossip, talk within the community, and the video leaked, and I've been forced to confirm that it is true. Kita and I have parted ways. It is amicable. We love each other very much. We are best friends, but it's out there that now Electra and I are an item. We are very sorry to those who have been hurt in the situation, but it is what it is.
Can't please everyone. Who am I fucking now? Like, what am I meant to
Kita,
do?
you're in a committed lesbian relationship.
It works. Works for me.
On a positive note, I heard Etc's new song and it's amazing.
Isn't it
It's
so
so
stupid?
good.
They're
It's so
stupidest.
funny.
It was very, very cool for me to see about 15 people that I
Oh,
personally
like
know.
everyone I know was in it.
If you guys haven't seen it, get onto YouTube and watch Piss. It's Piss, right?
Flush or something.
Flush. It's called Flush. It's fucking hysterical, and you will see about 25 trans or gender non-conforming / non-binary performers in Sydney.
It's just a group full of fabulous freaks and it's
Very cool.
amazing. On the other side of it was Scarlett and her big, did you say it? The podcast?
No, I'm kind of making a point not to follow that situation. I saw it come up in my feed and I was like, next.
I chose to watch it. It was very, very interesting. And I'm going to say this once and then pretend like it never happened, just like Drag Race did. It was very interesting because she really gave an insight as to the path of which it happened. Not making excuses for anyone or excusing actions, but it is a very real story. She had another interview with an Indigenous man, a very, very long one, and they spoke about a lot of things and what she can do and the effects of what she's done. There are a lot of people in the same breath, do better. It's not my place to tell you how to do better.
So that always confuses me because I know a lot of queer people of colour, or I've been in spaces with them, and that's the running thing. It's not the responsibility of people of colour to educate white people about racism.
Well,
Where
the
do we
thing is-
go to make sure we're getting all of the facts?
The thing is, if white people, and I say this as a whole, don't realise it's racist and you're saying it's racist but refuse to tell them, the internet is full of opinions. Which one is right? Unless you're willing to communicate, I don't think you have the grounds to criticise someone actively taking steps. And Scarlett, and we know, I cannot stand Scarlett, but she has taken massive steps to try and rectify what she's done, given her platform, rightly so. And these people who are constantly screaming, do better, it's not good enough, there's got to be a point where you've either got to communicate or you've got to accept that she's doing things. What have you done other than use this as an excuse to bully someone? I'm not saying it's anyone particular. There are people of all creeds that are screaming this same sentiment at her. You helping someone do better will help those that haven't realised and are being exposed to the choices that they made in the past and the effects they've had. Scarlett's example will help them.
It's just a lot of mixed messaging.
Although, I did watch her portrayal of my race.
Oh, she did an Arab thing?
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck. Like a burqa?
This was a niqab.
Like, so like full,
all
completely.
black.
Wow.
And I was like, oh god, this is grim. I'd heard a lot about it and I'd seen pictures, but then I watched it.
Just wonder, like, the thought like, what was the point? Like, what's the point? The whole thing is just fucked.
I can't personally hold it against someone who didn't know better, learnt, and then is now taking steps to ensure that other people are learning. The last 10 years have had a rapid progression of people realising what is acceptable and what isn't. At 2012, people weren't woke and all of what's happening now. So I can see why, for someone who didn't know better, made the mistake, I've got to give props to her, as someone who I cannot stand, mind you, that at least she's doing things and publicly, unlike others who were just there to harass her.
I don't know. I think she's lost me permanently. But I also completely disagree with people who are continuously coming for her every week. Am I a fence sitter then? I don't fucking know.
You've sat on a lot of things, why change now? So the episode. One thing that's now really annoying me with the judges, I was always Team Visage, loved Michelle. But now I'm getting at the point, she's like, I don't agree with you wearing a white dress. And the drag was like, it's black. They're saying things that just aren't there. That's really what bothered me this week.
Well, do you think that that's possibly storyline? Yeah.
Criticising someone for something and then letting someone off for the same thing, but then pulling someone down for the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's not there for either of them.
Yeah. When you saw all the runways, did you know straight away how this episode was going to pan out?
Yes and no. As someone who knew the results, I was surprised at how they looked at people. It was not what I expected them to do, no.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I did. As soon as I saw them come out, I was like, yep, you're going here, you've won that, you're going there, and you're in the middle.
I mean, there was some that I definitely thought were their obvious bottoms. Most of the cast, for example.
All of them?
Electra is now.
It's Kid and me messaging me as we speak. It's over, let go! It's over!
It must have been love, but it's It's over now.
So we get into the workroom.
After Etcetra's elimination.
I've got to laugh because they were like, oh no, Etcetra's gone. Now about the challenge. They literally focused on her for 2 seconds.
Maxi said, I'm the oldest competitor and I just eliminated the youngest competitor.
I loved that because I'm a big fan of Maxi's.
In Etcetra's new song, her lyrics are, I was eliminated by a legend. Who are you?
I always call Maxi an institution.
Oh my God, that's so good.
It's true though. She is a drag institution in Australia. Challenge is to guess animals out of the pit crew's panties. When Keita, because it was Australian animals, and Keita guessed a lion. Motherfucker, this is the reason why we broke up.
Oh, was it meant to be Australian animals?
They should have had a person of colour there with a brown snake in their pants. Obvious!
Duh.
Do you know what I've read a lot of comments on online, which I found ridiculous? A lot of people have been complaining about the quality of the pit crew. They're all delicious. I would take me the old one, the Asian one, the blonde one.
What are they complaining about the quality? Because I have a note. Where's the fat boys? Where are the dad bod boys? Where are the bears?
They weren't commenting on the diversity. They were saying that they were just crap.
I think they're very handsome in like the most traditional sort of like muscle mass for mass gaze.
This week they weren't traditional. They had the lanky blonde, the Asian,
There's
the
a
tattooed
ginge.
one,
They had
the
a ginge.
short, really aggy fey ginge, and I like when they're not all butch, so I was like, girl, you get your some, yes. Another shorty who was married, I noticed. I was like, oh, tease. They had a range. I was surprised because I'm used to seeing carbon copies just in slightly varying shades. Fuck, our girls are dumb. The clues were so obvious.
I couldn't have guessed any of them. I'm a bit over the editing and how they just showed like 3 people.
I've noticed that in the last few episodes.
Yeah.
Maxi, even in her own episode, was barely in it.
Can you tell me who the fuck is Auntie Donna?
Yeah, look, no idea. So I googled. Auntie Donna is like Weird Al Yankovic. They do parody comedy
and write-off
songs,
stuff.
which they laced into their video. At least Scarlett enjoyed it.
Scarlett was like, I can't believe we had Auntie Donna.
Wait, she's like, I'm more excited than Danny Minogue. Do you know what? You've made a lot of mistakes. This hate speech
That's
is
going to be one of the biggest ones.
Stop! You do not go against a Minogue.
What in the fuck? Is Auntie Donna Aussie or Kiwi? Yeah, okay.
They seemed very straight, is probably the most I picked up on them.
I mean, they were like, congratulations on the car racing of your drag careers.
Cars can be raced? What?
My husband's a mechanic and I don't even know what a car race is.
The first time she drove a manual, she was not using her hand. Electra, baby, I love you, but you need to put the denim jacket with the big stain on the back away for an episode or 2. It wasn't a stain made by me, and so I don't want to see it anymore. They were talking about hooking people up, and Art was like, no, Keita, I don't do a K-hole.
Let's not get into a K-hole or something.
It was a good pun and everything, but look, Art, I love you, but even though we have parted ways, be nice to my Keita girl. I'm still a Keita stan. I will literally burn all you fuckers down and keep one alive, and it will be Keita.
Keita for the win. Maxi challenge is family resemblance.
And
drag up the Falcons rugby team, which is a queer rugby team in New Zealand.
Falcons, love.
Falcons is what I said.
You said fuckins.
I didn't.
It sounded very much like fuckins.
Well, you're not listening. Clean your ears out.
Have you noticed this? Every time someone wins the mini challenge, or that I can remember, for this particular makeover challenge, they go home that episode. Because there's always the ones who do the cunty thing and then it goes back on them, or they do the nice thing and it goes back on them and they go home that episode.
Yeah.
I feel like it's in the formula. Do you think Maxi was the best at picking the animals?
She got the assignment to assign all of the queens to their respective rugby player, and I think she did it really cleverly. When I saw there was a shorter, chubbier, balding man, I was like, oh, you really do need to keep him for yourself because all of your garments will fit. It's the same body type. Scarlett and Art made it on the spot.
No, they did not. I'm sorry, and I love you to fucking death, but motherfucker, do not say you're making a bespoke outfit when you have videos on YouTube of you doing closet tours from 2 years ago and you pull out that exact fucking dress. Motherfucker, if you go lie, do it in a way that there is not receipts flying everywhere. Literally, it was Wall Street on acid. I couldn't help but notice that Scarlett got paired with a part Māori queen, and I was like,
so now you have to paint a black person.
does someone go lighter? Does someone go darker? Do we honour exactly who we are? What we're gonna do, girl? What we're gonna do?
Well, he was the oldest, definitely, and he was definitely the most male mask presenting.
Top!
He
top!
was a big burly man, like a manly jawline.
Penis, balls.
And Scarlett
sweat.
is the opposite of that. Scarlett is like this tiny
Twink.
little femme twink.
Actually, not tiny. She's very tall.
Yeah, but this way, the total opposite.
They both have square heads. It was cute that Keita's partner Carl and Scarlett's partner Brad are boyfriends. I love it. I love me some.
Sisters.
I love when some homos get their best woman on and they can scissor and support each other.
They got emotional.
They did. And it went into it, because I've known quite as in an alarming number of gay boys who gave up drag
For partners.
which I find ridiculous. If someone doesn't accept you for who you are, get the fuck out.
No,
because it
fuck
never works
off.
out.
Well, what did Electra say? There's so much dick.
No
There's
dick is
no
big
amount
enough
of
to
dick
make me stop
is
doing
gonna
drag.
make me stop doing drag. Absolutely, sis. Right on.
Honey, you only have one dick now. That's it. And you can keep doing drag. Just
Are we
look
going to
real.
keep feeding this delusion?
Oh, do you know what really annoyed me about this challenge is the editing.
Yes.
They included everyone. Have you worn makeup or walked in heels? The fucking football players, did you need to show
Like,
it with
no
every
shit.
person?
Of course they fucking
But it was
didn't. My favourite thing is watching those fucking burly blokes trying to stand in a heel, let alone
I'm sorry.
walk.
Electra's partner, girl. Girl!
Babe.
Give me a tampon, I'm out. You have worn heels many times before. But you know what was really annoying? When
Yeah.
Scarlett was like, they can't walk in heels. This is Drag Race, honey. Do you know the challenge?
I mean, literally, the challenge is to find someone who is not well versed. Come on, bimbo. Fuck me.
It's really interesting seeing how the two reactions that we've had to Scarlett.
Yeah.
Because you've taken a stance based on one thing. I've taken trying to keep an open mind, but fuck, you're annoying.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing after another with you.
She restricted my boyfriend's gay now.
I love that for us.
She wasn't tagged in a last video.
You didn't do it because you couldn't.
No.
I love that for us. Are we celebrities now?
No, we're gamers, remember? Gamers.
We're gamers.
Thank you, Scarlett.
I'm glad that Electra brought up the whole toxic masculinity thing because it is really prevalent in the community and it's getting worse, which
Yeah.
is funny because society is diversifying at a rapid rate.
Yeah.
The gay community, its inclusivity is if you don't fit a cookie cutter mold, then you're out.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that it was brought up on a public
Yeah.
network and seeing some of the effect that it could have on someone. There was something very special about the New Zealander queens and what they gave their partners versus the Aussie
Because
girls.
they have history and connection. I didn't realise that they were in the same drag family. Electra is Kita's daughter. I didn't know that.
No, so Kita has a show that she hosts with Anita, drag something. Kita's flatmate, Miss Trinity Ice. Hey, you bitch! She was Electra's drag mother on the show. And so that's all very, that's how they
They
come
are
together.
drag
and
family.
like, yeah, they're very, very much drag family.
Camp.
Which,
Camp.
Karen in a fucking pink tracksuit. I can't. Is that all she has? I love it. I love it. I want it. I want to steal it.
Maybe she doesn't have to wear a bra with that tracksuit. So.
This is true. But do you know what? I was like, is it on every week? Or did I remember it that much that I was just like,
Maybe
the beanie
maybe
and
she's just got like multiple tracksuits in different colour, like pastel colour story.
No, I think she has the one pink tracksuit. She goes back to her hotel room, she hangs up, she Febrezes it for the next day.
Oh, Lebanese shower.
Lebanese shower is cologne.
She's taking it down, but I wanted to interject this anyway.
Wait.
I always find it bizarre that the drag queens shave the dudes as opposed to them shaving their own faces.
Isn't it like a rite of passage thing?
I don't fucking know, but it creeps me out.
Don't you think it's like, you know, like, here I am taking you into the thing?
When you put makeup on for the first time, I didn't shave your pussy. Why are they shaving their faces?
Were you planning on putting makeup on my pussy?
Yes. I want to even out that skin tone. Lip gloss, get that pout going. Ooh. I wanted to overdraw them. For that real, like, you know,
My lips.
that real Hollywood fantasy. Like, has she had injectables or is it... Maybe she's born with it, maybe
It's beef
ketamine.
curtains.
Before we get to the contestants, RuPaul's look has been my favourite in a very long time.
I was trying to work out what it was. It's
Ugg
sort of,
boots. That fucking wig, I'm sorry. You gave Tyra Banks a run for her money because that wig slipped back and you had like a 12-finger forehead. No guest judge this week. I found that an interesting choice.
COVID times.
We called Kylie in.
Surely someone would bloody answer the phone.
Do you know who's been bragging all this week apparently are the Veronicas. If they are the finale judges, I'm not going to
They
watch Drag
probably
Race
will
again.
be. And it'll be like a plug for their fucking lesbian album.
How could you not get the queen of the gays, Miss Kylie Minogue, to be
Just
your final?
bizarre.
You fly Kylie over, you put her in a fucking bubble and she walks that runway. This one, they didn't have any challenge outside of the look. Normally they have to do like a routine, or they did the STI one in Manila's season.
Vanilla season 12 years ago.
I'm sorry, the seasons where they had talent.
I'm glad they didn't, because that was enough.
I like seeing the burly boys get clunky. That's what I enjoy.
You want to watch them be like, luck be a lady
Though
tonight.
in Untucked, when Carl was sitting down, literally with
legs open.
1 knee to 3, 1 knee to 9, he was like, I like the challenge and I thought it was missing. It felt like an episode where not much happened. She didn't put her arm up, made the best drag queen win. She didn't do it. She didn't do it. It was weird. Why?
I can't even say that I was paying enough attention to notice.
I was.
And may the best drag queen win.
Oh!
See? Where was my arm? The best drag queen win.
She
what
said
is
she
this
went,
step?
win.
She did not even do that much. She was like a shuffle. Like, she got her bearings again. What? RuPaul, you have two things. Auto-tune and this. Do it. You've got good arms. Do it.
I feel like I'm going to get belted by your
I'm not holding the paddle, you cannot complain.
unusually large arm span.
You know what else is unusually large?
Not your dick.
Your hemorrhoids. Oh, I never said it was big. I call it a clitoris. Although I hate when gay boys say shitterus.
Oh, poor.
Grosses me out.
Get on me! I had some words with some people and I was led to believe that Keita was going home this episode. And when that fucking whore turned the corner, I was like, you lying dog motherfucking bitch, you've won this.
No joke, I actually got them confused. When they came out, I was like, I had to pause and go back. And I was like,
no, 100%. She did the makeup perfectly. Yeah. They looked like twins.
The whole art rampage of this is not a twin challenge, it's a family challenge. Motherfucker, if you put the same face on someone with a different ethnicity, bone structure, it's going to give you more of a family resemblance than doing something that's bespoke. She did it right. Like, they looked like and you know it's the drag family, you're meant to look like twins. If you look different, they're not going to give it to you. They came out in a monochromatic look.
Yes.
And Kita's drag daughter is Fetamine. For those of you who don't know what Fetamine is, it's basically legal speed, it's a weight loss drug.
Like amphetamines?
It's an amphetamine.
Yeah. But I love that she spelt it feta, like cheese. Look at them. They're living their best Cruella de Vil fantasy. Her daughter's throwing her pussy all over the stage. That is a woman. She's been a woman forever. I knew 100% that they were going to win this challenge.
I've got to say though, do you know why she's walking so well? Because she hasn't done it a lot in this season, and I know this. And I'm sorry, Keita, I love you, but since we're no longer girlfriends.
No, I'm talking about her,
I'm getting to it.
the drag daughter, not her.
So Keita loves her a fucking 2-inch squatty heel. And they were in 2-inch squatty heels. No wonder she could walk. It's an orthotic.
The daughter was like so high energy.
You could not tell me that was not a drag queen.
I couldn't work out who was who.
I don't have any other comments other than it was brilliant.
It was perfect.
It was so good.
It was
And
like not one thing to critique.
Unlike any other season, I felt like I was actually watching 2 seasoned drag queens as opposed to a makeover challenge.
Yep. Oh, there was no one who was going to come out after who was going to do it better. 100%.
That's healthy relationship, supporting your exes after the breakup. And her girlfriend. Equal rights for lesbians. I don't know.
So we have electroshock and re-reaction.
Which is another name I thought was actually brilliant, because I didn't know where Electra was going to go.
What does re-reaction have to do with electroshock?
Scientifically, like the cause a reaction, electricity reaction.
Re-reaction?
Of course, Riri is a name.
And Electra was painting him in the workroom. Like, where was your brain going? Did you know it was going to be like a sci-fi sitch?
It was under an umbrella of things that I thought it could have been. They remind me of what Carmen Carrera and India Farah should have been in Bubarella. They were identical twins. Where were these costumes before? And I had to go back. I was like, Electra, you fucking cunt. It was such a nice talk. You're getting along really well. Flirting, which I didn't care for, but whatever. But then I realised it was the partner that strutted out first. I left Electra for dead. That's re-reaction!
My favourite thing about these boys who have never done drag before, once they get in the full fantasy, they are cunt and you cannot tell them a fucking thing.
This one especially with the whole...
It's incredible. I just love it.
This woman was having multiple orgasms on the runway.
The best one was Miss Cracker's one. What was her name?
Miss Cookie.
She was like, oh! And this was a straight man.
What did you think of the look?
I loved the look. I thought it was great.
What did you think of the different coloured legs?
I don't know. It should have been a lilac leg.
I don't understand when Michelle was like, your makeup is great and hers isn't. The makeup looked exactly the same.
That wasn't worth reading, I'll say that. That's
it was
for sure.
Storyline. It was bullshit.
Yeah.
One thing I do wish they did, I wish that she painted the chin straps.
You notice all that shit. I'm just like,
do.
wee! Sequin!
What really did stand out was what Electra brought to her partner. And
Totally.
that confidence, that energy.
You could see it in her face.
And this is where I think people might start to understand why I've been so kind of hard in the past. For me, this is what drag should do.
Sure.
To me, drag queens are the almost spokespeople for our community.
Yeah.
And they're people that don't understand our community gravitate to and understand and know because they are performers.
Sure.
And I think that drag should lift you up like this.
Yeah. Loved it.
One thing that I did notice, those fucking wigs. The part, it's one of those party shop wigs where there's no part. It's like hair on top of hair and they force it apart and gel it down. It was solid.
We get to Maxi Shield.
Yes.
Which was a take on Beth Ditto for Clash magazine.
Yeah.
What was a shame is Beth had a wig on.
Well, this was one of the reads. The critiques were like, where is your hair?
The hair was there, it was craft hair. Beth had like a bowl/page boy wig
Yeah.
on. Her sister's name was Silhouette.
Very
and
great.
what I liked is it was spelt wet in the
Silhouette.
way like moist.
As soon as I saw her come out, I'm like, that's bottom 2. It's just not impactful enough. These are plus size ladies, so you don't have to do that much. You don't have to show that much.
You don't need to restructure the body as much.
They've got tits and ass anyway, like it's fine.
I've got to say, one thing that really stood out to me, which I agreed with RuPaul, is I really wanted to see Maxi's tits. And I wonder if it was a case of she didn't pack 2 pairs.
Surely someone else had titties.
Maxi is known for her
Big
ginormous
titties,
hanging
big
titties.
hair, big camp face. I was just like, oh, you're definitely in the bottom and you're probably going home.
The fabrication was very like t-shirt fabric. I think if it was one person, it might have had more of an impact. The face needed to be played up with like glitter or sparkles, something to draw the attention back to the face. Maxi has this walk.
A
Like,
waddle.
she doesn't put her feet in front of each other. She walks like a dude in heels. Works for Maxi because she's got like a teeter to it. Her partner, like, baby, we know you play football.
Stomping down the runway.
Oh.
He shaved.
People have had a lot of reactions online about that.
He didn't have to. She didn't push him.
People are giving Maxi a hard time. He also went on the show knowing that this was a drag thing.
Yeah.
The odds are your beard's going. I love the idea of the hair, making it a fabric.
There's no hair.
The turban needed to be dropped.
I'm really upset because there's only one thing better than Maxi Shield, and that's two of you.
Do you know what I didn't get? I did get it, but it didn't make sense. The whole football presentation, when they did the spinning huddle and they got tackled off the stage, why? It wasn't done well enough. Do you know what I've got to say about this runway, actually? I haven't had much of feedback for anyone.
It's because we either love it or hate it at this point, and there's not a whole lot to add.
Art and her daughter, Craft. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Literally, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, you fuckers. That is a family. They are a family. This combination is the most iconic in queer Australian film ever.
No, I think the flared pants are.
Whatever. I love that Scarlett came out in the full neck lizard one and everyone's like, oh, what an amazing Priscilla nod. And then they come out, are you fucking serious?
Because she had such a strong reference, and this was an interpretation on a reference, I found that's where it highlighted where it fell short. And also Art's rushing her partner at the end, and yes, there was a reason.
What's the reason?
Because she's blind. The wig looked like it was just rush pinned. The Beehive wig looked terrible. The makeup wasn't finished. Between the runway and the judging, she'd finished the makeup. Art looked like a licorice also and looked amazing. I just felt like it was her partner's first time in drag.
It is her partner's first time in drag.
I'm talking you do it yourself. Like you go to Vinnie's and then you go to a party store and you just grab pins and jam it in.
Do you agree with the judges saying this is not a family resemblance?
Yes.
Why?
Because that's not what they're going for. They're going for you doubled.
Where does it say that?
Every other season, it was a different interpretation of family. But this also leaves you open to not looking the same, which could be smart, could be not. I would say that it's not the wisest choice on this competition. It was a shame because Art is a makeup artist, and I expected if anyone was going to transform someone, it was going to be that fucker.
We have Scarlett Adams and Miss Sapphire Adams.
Scarlett, you need to stop bragging about being a costume designer.
Yeah.
Because the fit on this...
Atrocious. She did not pad, she did not corset properly. That was a man stomping down the runway.
What I did like is Sapphire reminds me of Chanel and the trailblazers of trans women and being showgirls.
I don't think that was the vibe they were going for though, babe.
They were going for showgirls though. And I think the partner from the waist up, I got an older Chanel. She really did need to pad, I've got to say. That tuck on Sapphire, did you tuck it in between your shoulder blades? It's so tight.
In a corset, I'm just like, oh.
That was not a corset. Scarlett bragged about boning. Where's the waist?
Nothing. Zero. None of the things. I didn't like the makeup. You can't just copy and paste your makeup on someone when your makeup isn't clown makeup. The Kita, it works because it's unnatural makeup.
It's a mask.
Literally. You're painting a totally different face on. For Scarlett, it doesn't work because your makeup is specific to your specific face. You need to edit it when you're putting it on somebody else.
Notice in her talking head, she said,
yeah, my face is so signature, it'll be fine. I'll be able to just copy paste it.
She said, it is built around my face.
Yeah, so
I will just apply it to
you
them.
cannot do that.
But this is what I'm saying.
Idiot.
And she said, I will put it on and it'll be fine.
It fell short. The face finished here. The man's got all this extra skin down here.
Well, you don't know if he does. We don't know if he goes for a more Jewish lifestyle. From a distance, I've got to say, I thought that her partner looked beautiful. Then I saw the close-up.
Nope.
And I was looking for the shotgun. I wanted to end it all. The hair should have been around her face, cutting into it and softening it.
Yeah.
Like Scarlett's did to that man head. She should have looked at it and been like, okay, I could pass more as a woman, AFAB woman, however you want to phrase it. My partner cannot. I should be taking the things that would look good on me, maybe sacrificing some of my aesthetic to ensure
never.
that...
Not a chance in hell that she would do that.
I'm saying she should have.
Yeah.
To ensure that my partner now looks softer.
Not well done at all.
She had a holographic fabric that was reflective. So it really...
And it's not filled out, so it was just...
It exaggerated the fact that it wasn't padded.
It was crinkly.
The pasties... Why was that not on the runway? Like, did you know you were going to be in the bottom after all this bragging? Do you know what bothered me? The fucking tight colour.
Oh my God, it's just not his skin colour.
It's funny. Scarlett is known for going darker. She put some more darker skin in white tights.
I mean, obviously.
Although I will say, I thought Sapphire walked pretty well in heels for a blokey bloke.
Karen from finance and Debbie from reception.
Debbie's walk was almost there.
Almost. I like that it was the same vibe, but just slightly altered, like slightly different. The pussy bow up here was different.
The ruffles
the hair
different.
was like different.
The cuffs were different. The hair was different.
Slightly different.
The silhouette was different.
She wasn't padded enough, I don't think. Karen has this really lovely busty waist and like nice hips, and I think Debbie did not have enough shape.
I take the opposite opinion. I think Debbie needed to be cinched more.
So shape.
No, but I don't think her breast needed to be bigger at all. I think
She just needed something wasn't quite right from the nips down.
I loved the slight differences in all of the same fabrication. Unlike the judges,
well done.
I thought that the glasses were a brilliant choice because they're ethnically different. You are hiding bits of the face, but showing enough that you can create some similarities. And also, Karen is known for wearing glasses. How can you read someone for doing them in
Karen's
a twin
always
challenge?
got giant thick framed glasses on, so that wouldn't even make sense.
It fucked me off when the judges were...
Yep, I hear you. For me, these challenges, as soon as these boys get up in drag, they're just like, I'm the fucking one. I am untouchable. No one will ever be as glam as me.
And this is one thing that we always say, that Karen has such a beautiful face. I thought Debbie, of all of them, looked beautiful.
The prettiest.
She was so beautiful.
You're right.
Although, the shoes.
Oh, they had the plastic heels on.
And I understand it, for someone's first time in heels, whatever, but she wasn't walking that great in them, so put on something different. Put on a sneaker if you need to. You're running to the office in your sneakers, you're changing the heels when you get to work.
Put a court shoe on, for fuck's sake.
To me, it felt like two versions of Dolly from 9 to 5, and that's what I appreciated. Could have done that for your Snatch Game. And I loved it. I thought you guys were great. So, we get to the lip sync.
Well, how about we get to the winner, which is ketamine and phetamine.
She deserves it. Keita, of all the queens, I think has maintained the highest level of professionalism.
I think she's the most consistent. Her drag is the most consistent. Her makeup's been the most consistent. Her personality has been the most tepid with regards to being able to get her point across without pissing people off or being punty, rude, or bullying.
Are we going to talk about her two regrets, though?
Which is?
The two fucking piercing holes here, that's all I can stare at every episode.
Oh my God, I don't notice at all. What's wrong with you?
Because I'm staring into the screen when I watch Keita. Well, I was.
Jesus Christ. We have Maxi and Scarlett in the bottom, which I think is absolutely justified.
I'm sure many people were happy to find Scarlett in the bottom. I'm sure the happiness was very short-lived.
I actually thought, oh, is this how they're going to do it?
We know she'd get into the finale. Because you know what happened? Nothing.
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 Nothing happened.
No accountability. Nothing.
I thought it was another unfair song because there's Maxi and our little princess of blackface who was dressed as a devil. We finally got Kylie. I have been waiting. If you're gonna make us wait, it should have been the finale.
I had mixed feelings because I was like, okay, this song really could go either way because this is one of the older drag songs. I don't think we realise how old this song is.
Maxi was alive and kicking when it was a song. Scarlett might have been born the year it came out.
1990. Scarlett was not born. Maxi's either going to smash this like she did last week, or Scarlett is dressed like a showgirl. She's going to just showgirl this and Maxi's going to fade into the background. And actually neither of those two things happened. Maxi just looked like a deer in the headlights that was just floundering in a loofah. And Scarlett started to do burlesque. I was like, what the fuck is happening? The lip sync finished and I was confused. I really didn't think either of those performances were right for this song.
I respectfully disagree. When you looked at it, if you watch it just before it started, Maxi had a look on her face. You can tell she'd just given up.
Yeah, she was gone.
And that's what fucked me off because I think Maxi deserves to be in the finals. Throughout the whole performance, they barely showed her, but she wasn't really doing anything. Kylie Minogue is known for being a showgirl. She had a whole showgirl phase. I thought, be it with 2 dance moves, Scarlett I thought did it. What really threw me out is inserting this aggressive sex when it was unneeded.
She was like floor humping.
The fucking leg spread, she should have stuck to the showgirl. I actually thought Scarlett did a brilliant job of being that showgirl. Also, with the unveiling, why'd you do it when the song fucking finished?
Oh my God, the song was over and she's like, surprise! Maxi, I knew she was going to be eliminated
Maxi was,
in the first like 2 beats.
She reminded me of a girl
like, oh God.
At her first school dance who was too shy to talk to anyone and was dancing by herself like...
Yeah.
And then there was the other one who went from being, I thought, incredible to literally trying to suck semen off the floor with her vagina.
It was very weird.
I thought that Scarlett should have won.
By default.
I don't think by
because
default.
Maxi
I think Scarlett
didn't do anything.
Whilst I disagree with her choices, I do think Scarlett put on a good show.
I mean, a better show than Maxi.
Scarlett wins. She goes to the back. The look on Electra's
Electra
face! Karen's like, congratulations. And Electra is like...
No, Electra like literally moved away from her.
Didn't even look at her. Yeah. Electra, I love you. You need some professionalism because there are cameras rolling.
I mean, sometimes it's just your knee-jerk reaction.
No,
you can't hide
there
it.
are cameras rolling,
like when Art got eliminated the first time.
It's like when you commit a murder. If there is a camera rolling, just don't do it. Wait till later. We've got the preview for next week. And the question is, who do you think should be eliminated and why? And I'm going to tell you exactly what happens. This is my prediction. Everyone's going to say Scarlett. Scarlett is going to say Electra. You're welcome. Don't even bother tuning in. You're done. Done. Like, comment, subscribe. Fuck off. Done.
Okay.
Share with your friends.
Yes. Leave a comment.
Actually, we have some lovely people who always comment. I love hearing their comments.